Hey guys, me and Dave. It is what is it? Tuesday. 28th, 29th, I don't know. Let's see. Thursday's the 1st, May 1st. Okay, so thanks for the comments, you guys, the nice comments, good comments and all that stuff. I try to answer some here and there. I'm not on there that much, but I do have some good news. But anyway, everything that I've been saying has happened. I've been saying it for the last few months. It has happened. You know, I mean, there's some guy on there saying, "Oh, nobody's gonna be, wearing a mask and throwing you in a cargo van and all that stuff." Well, yeah, they are. To illegals, they're kidnapping illegals, masked agents, and they are throwing them into a van and they're taking off. Okay, so that is happening. Maybe not to us, but it is happening. Okay, so I still can't walk, you guys. It's pretty much been 2 weeks. I was gonna go to the hospital. I was gonna go Monday, yesterday. I was set to go. The reason why I didn't go is because the last two times they released me from the hospital when I still couldn't walk, the nurse had to walk me out the second time to the cab, and I almost didn't make it to the house. And then the first time, they brought me down into a wheelchair, and I was able to walk into the house. Um, so I'm afraid I'm going to go down there, and they're going to keep me overnight or something, and then they're going to release me, and nothing's going to change. So I haven't quit, and I hate to go down there without any money. I'm broke right now until either tomorrow or Thursday. My check shows up in my checking account, but I might not get it till Thursday. Might not get it till Friday, really. But so um, I didn't want to go down there broke because I have no help, you guys. If they release me, I'm going to be like, how am I going to get home? You know what I mean? So if you can't walk out, I'd have to call a taxi, which I don't have money for right now. It's like $20 with a tip. You know, Actually, I think it's under $20. But so, you know, I'm like, well, I don't want to go down there and get stuck down there because yesterday we had thunderstorms, tornado warnings, and all this crap. I don't want to get stuck down there. My relative's 80. She can't really help. And my sister, I mean, she's not a big woman. She's like, well, I don't know if I can walk you to the house, or I don't know if I can walk you to the car, or you know what I mean? So I'm just in a tough spot. I have no help. No help. My insurance doesn't cover medical transportation. Where somebody could come in, walk me down the stairs, walk out to the van, put me in a wheelchair, and take me to the hospital or take me home. My insurance, Medicare doesn't cover it. So I have to apply for Medicaid state insurance, which I was going to do today and I totally forgot. So I'll have to do that tomorrow. I didn't sleep at all last night, so I'm like super, super tired right now. Drinking Arizona tea, you guys. 99 cents. They don't raise their prices, which is awesome. So I'm drinking, it's the half and half iced tea and lemonade. So I didn't want to go down there with no money. I didn't want to get stuck down there. Be like, how the hell am I going to get home? So I got to apply for Medicaid, which will cover transportation, medical transportation, where they can, walk me down the stairs, put you in the wheelchair, bring you, mostly bring you home from the hospital, so you can get home. So, screwed. I don't have no help. My brothers ain't around. One brother lives 20 miles away and the other one isn't very healthy right now and he doesn't drive anymore. So it's not, and he's a big guy. It's not like he can come and lift me up and, walk me to the car, so I'm screwed because I have no help. So I got to try to get on Medicaid, state Medicaid, and see if I get some transportation. At least I can go to the doctor. I was trying to stay out of the hospital, called my clinic, and I said, well, can I talk to my nurse practitioner? Oh, no, I'll have the nurse call you. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Which I've seen the nurse quite a few times. She knows who I am. Well, you know what they did? They had, because I'm in Duluth, northern Minnesota. Across the lake is Superior, Wisconsin. So what they did was, and they have a clinic over there, they had the nurse from Superior call me that I've never even seen, or she has no idea what I'm going through. So it's like, why would they do that? She didn't know what to say. She's like, go to the ER. Well, that's what I'm trying to avoid. If my blood, I'm being tortured. No matter what the hell they do, it's, it might not stop. Okay, so I'll get into the good news. Here's the good news. Everything that I've been saying has been coming true. This program's going to stop, you guys, and we're getting near where they're going to take action. Yesterday, remember I told you President Trump said homegrown criminals, we're going after them next. Okay? If we can do it legally, total cover story for the media. Why would you, if there's U.S. citizens that are torturing the hell out of people, why would you have to see if you can do it legally? Okay? Total bullshit for the media. Okay? Because they're going to be taking these people and they're going to be putting them in Gitmo and maybe some other prisons, foreign prisons, out of here. You cannot convict these people. You cannot prosecute these people. There's too many of them, and this is invisible, and we would have to go through all that crap. It would take decades to do. It's not going to happen. So, yesterday, and they said this at the press conference, but they worded it so the press didn't pick up on it, really. Okay, so there's a new executive order from yesterday where it's legal to get, you know what I mean, common sense, to get U.S. criminals out of the country legally. They're not going to do this for a drug dealer that's been caught 5 times or somebody who beat somebody up a couple times, and they're not taking people out of prison and bringing them to a foreign prison. That's not happening. This girl on X read pretty much the whole bill, and she's like, this is what we've been waiting for 3 months. It's happening. So hopefully in May, this will start. Tom Homan was at the press conference. He's like, there's going to be a massive. You thought deportation was bad now, was good, I guess, that they're getting all these people out. They're going for full force. They can't come out and say they're torturing people, you guys. That's just, America would go crazy, right? You know, there'd be riots and everything else. So this girl read the bill on X and she said, "This is what we've been waiting for 3 months. It's happening." Came out yesterday. There's going to be a massive, massive operation. In the bill, it said military, government agencies, and local police will be rounding up U.S. citizens, you guys. U.S. citizens. Why would they need an executive order for that? Because their ass is out of the country. They're going to Gitmo. And if they fill up Gitmo, they're going to find other prisons to put these people in. So if there are 10,000 of us here, or if there's 6,000 of us, you got to think there's at least 3 times these people. So if there's 6,000 of us, there's probably 20,000 of them. I don't know. But it's happening. It's really going to happen. Hopefully it'll start next month. Tom Homan came out. He's like, you're going to see something like you never seen before. Massive operation. Massive operation. America's never seen before. So, you know, I mean, President Trump has the power to classify. So he could classify the U.S. citizens part and kind of entangle it with the illegal part, and they could just be getting rid of these people who are torturing the hell out of us along with the illegals, you know, kind of like a mixed bag, and get them all the hell out of our country. It's going to happen. This program is going to end. Just like I said, that one guy on, it was just a short video, said Pete, he said something about Pete Hegseth, but he said these contractors they got weapons in every single state. What kind of weapons are they talking about? Well, it sounds like directed energy to me if they're threatening Congress to get what they want. That's why they won't help us. They've been threatened. They're scared to death of somebody. These contractors, I guess, like Raytheon and, all those contractors, So, and it even said in the executive order, if anybody tries to stop them from getting these people out, U.S. citizens, criminals, torturers that are torturing us, it's a war crime, you guys. Crimes against humanity. They have the right to get them out of here anyway. But they did this for legal reasons so nobody gets in trouble. That's why they did this. So yeah, there could be guys showing up with masks in a cargo van and throwing their ass in there and getting them on a plane, getting the hell out of here. We don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to happen. There's going to be a mass operation. And we're talking military too, and government agencies. So in this, okay, now think of this. This is Trump teamed up with Marco Rubio, who talked to John Hall, read his book, knows exactly what's going on. Marco Rubio was actually the first one that came out and said, these U.S. criminals are out of here. And then the media asked Trump about it. He's like, oh, good. I'm glad Marco mentioned that. Yeah, if we can do it legally, they're out of here. So, they're talking about these people, you guys. They know we're being tortured to hell. I can't even walk at this point. And it's getting a little nicer up here. You wake up and you hear the birds chirping and all that stuff. I can't even take my dogs out. Max is so depressed, he will not leave my side. He is depressed as hell. I don't even have my driver's license anymore. I can't go anywhere. unless somebody drives me. My truck's sitting in the back. It's been sitting in the back on the side of the alley for all winter. So yeah, they said if anybody steps in our way, that tries to prevent us from getting these people out of here, you're going to be held accountable. So they know what's going on. They know who's involved. They know our names. They know our names. They know where we live. They know everything about us. You know, they know where the victims are. They know where these guys are. We know the FBI knows where all these guys are around the US, right? You know. So, that's what's happening. It's really going to happen, and they're really talking about these torturers. They ain't talking about somebody who clubs somebody over the head with a baseball bat. That's what Trump said. He said that to the media. You know, like, come on. You know, I mean, he gave a dumb answer because, you know, to throw everyone off. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, he can't come out and say, well, yeah, they're torturing the hell out of people, and I'm going to put a stop to it. America would uproar. There's another whistleblower that came out, I don't know, a few days ago or last week or something, that also is a target. He's being hit with directed energy weapons. I don't know if you've seen the video on X or YouTube or Facebook. I've seen the video all over today. Reddit or something like that. I'm not sure. But he worked for the government, and he's being hit with directed energy weapons. He's like, well, screw you. I'm going to come out and tell everyone everything that's going on. And he worked up in Alaska, and he's talking about all these weapons and directed energy weapons, and this is a worldwide program, and they can put thoughts in your head, and they can do all this crap. And they even said that they can create hurricanes and earthquakes and everything else and stuff. So it's crazy, man. There's a lot of crazy stuff coming out. A lot of stuff I didn't believe in. Kyle was talking about this stuff years ago. I'm like, no way, you're crazy, man. I don't believe it. It's like, what are you talking about? They gave them a hurricane and killed a bunch of people, and I didn't believe it. It's coming out. It's actually true. And they're talking about the chemtrails now and all this stuff. I mean, it's all coming out, and it turns out it's all true, you guys. It's crazy. Anyway, long video. That's what's going on. It's gonna end, you guys. It's gonna happen. Hopefully next month they're gonna start, and there's gonna be a massive roundup. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or if it's gonna be kind of a covert thing. Where they're gonna show up in a cargo van and throw 10 of these son of a bitches in the van and drive off, or if they're gonna have our local SWAT team kick down the door and have AK-47 shoved in their face. I don't know how they're gonna do it. It might be kind of covert, to kind of not let everyone know what's going on, But it's happening. It's gonna happen. It's gonna end. It's gonna end, you guys, this year. It is. So hang in there. This crap is gonna end. I would try to stay away from Brian too in his videos. He's on Facebook quite a bit. Very negative. This isn't gonna stop. Everyone's involved. We're gonna, I would try to stay away from that. If you see what's coming out, it's gonna end. It's gonna end. So, like I say,